Forspoken remains something of an unknown quantity. It's a big budget AAA game from Square Enix with a huge scale, high quality visuals, and fluid traversal that sets it apart in the open world action genre. And it also promises a unique setting and story that sets it apart from most fantasy games. Here is everything you need to know about Forspoken. Probably the most immediate element that distinguishes Forspoken from other fantasy games is its story, or most notably, its main character. Forspoken puts you into the shoes of Frey Holland, a woman from modern-day New York City whose only family is a cat named Homer. Now, Frey grew up an orphan on the streets of Hell's Kitchen and is used to running away from the law fast. She's also someone who may have hit a point of no return, both internally and with the New York legal system. However, Frey soon finds herself transported to the world of Athia, a fantastical world filled with magic, dragons, and mythical landscapes. Frey also discovers that while she's in Athia, she has magical powers and, even more uniquely, has the ability to resist the Break, a magical storm that most in Athia cannot survive. Her ability puts her at odds with political elements of this fantasy world like the Council of Athia and the Tantis, former just and fair rulers of Athia who may or may not have been corrupted by the Break to become the reviled magical sorcerers they appear to be by the time Frey encounters them. Frey's insecurities continue to push her to refuse anyone's help or to help anyone herself as she sets out to try to escape Athia on her own. The citizens of Athia don't exactly trust her either, with xenophobia towards Frey's outsider status being a regular issue that she'll face. All in all, the game is described as being narrative heavy. Forspoken is an open world third-person action-adventure game and brings with it the trappings of the genre. You'll explore the map of Athia by completing missions, side quests, and more as you advance the game's story. However, the biggest selling point of Forspoken's gameplay is centered squarely on how you'll get around Athia, the traversal mechanics. Forspoken's movement has been favorably compared to Insomniac's Spider-Man game, which itself was highly praised for the web-slinger's movement. Frey will be given numerous magical parkour abilities such as pushing off the ground, scaling walls, and moving around like a professional skater. It's all made to feel incredibly intuitive and fluid, and while requiring finesse, the mechanics will allow for getting around the map with both ease and satisfaction. You'll also be given a chance to upgrade your magical parkour. Similarly, in combat, the game gives Frey several magical abilities, each depicted by different colors representing elements. You'll have ranged spells from a standard projectile shot to more powerful bursts to rapid fire. You'll also get more physical spells like a shield, harder hits, and combos. Combat also meshes with the parkour mechanics, enabling you to leap and run around the battlefield with kinetic energy. Magic is upgraded by exploring the open world, collecting mana, and finding equipment that upgrades your skills, which also changes up Frey's look. Cloaks, necklaces, and even nail polish affect Frey's abilities, with these being explained in lore as printed patterns that affect magical powers. Around the world, you'll have numerous chances to use your abilities beyond the main missions. You'll encounter break storms which release waves of demonic monsters that attack you and which will end once you defeat a boss-style monster. Developer Luminous Productions has stated that Forspoken will be a single-player only experience, so you won't get to see double Homer the cat, sadly. However, publisher Square Enix has announced the game's first substantial DLC, a prequel expansion called In Tanta We Trust. The DLC will focus on the backstory of the game's mysterious Tantis, former rulers of and now matriarchal sorceresses in Athia, and who appear to be the main campaign's primary villains. For now, Forspoken is a PS5 console exclusive and coming to PC, so sorry, Xbox and Switch players. However, the fine print on the trailer states that it will only be so for about 2 years, because I guess we're still doing the whole timed exclusive thing. So if you're feeling hopeful and patient, the game may come to other platforms after the start of 2025. While originally slated for 2022, Forspoken is now being released on January 24th, 2023. Before you buy the game, there is a demo available to play on the PlayStation Store, so you can check it out before you put your money down. If you just want the game itself, it's being released in physical and digital standard editions for $69.99. Physical edition is available for pre-order at all of the typical retailers like Walmart, GameStop, Best Buy, Amazon, and Target, as well as the Square Enix store. If you pre-ordered the digital standard edition on the PlayStation Store, you'll also be given some unique gear and items for the start of the game. though these items may be available for purchase in-game later on. However, if you want everything Square Enix offers, you can purchase the Digital Deluxe Edition for $94.99. The Deluxe Edition includes a digital mini art book, a digital mini soundtrack, the prequel DLC Entanta We Trust, which will come with early access, and a rare resource kit in the game. Further, the same pre-order bonus items as the Digital Standard Edition are available if you pre-order the Deluxe Edition. Well, that's everything we have about the upcoming Forspoken. While the game and Frey herself have a lot to prove, it may just find it lives up to the challenge. To find and stay up to date with Forspoken, including our already released hands-on preview and the forthcoming review of the game, make sure you subscribe to the channel right here on GameSpot.